And one of the buttons in there is to remove... I've not been talking into a microphone. Hi. So since last Saturday, I've been trying to integrate ChatGPT into my workflow as a developer and some other tasks like replying to emails because it's easier. But besides the point, one thing I've been doing to help me get familiar with it is writing a web browser wrapper around OpenAI chat that basically makes it always sit on the left side of my screen so I have quick access to it whenever I need to ask it something. On the side of it, you can see that it has some buttons to hide it, show it, etc. And one of them is remove from Windows Startup / add to Windows Startup. What that button is pretty self-explanatory. If I click it, it will add the application to start alongside Windows, and if I click it again when it says remove, it will remove it from doing so. And what I want to do to showcase how powerful OpenAI chat is to a developer and their workflow is I'm going to implement this button, doing it the classical way, which is go on Google, find what you don't know, and write it in by hand, and test it and iterate and so on. And the new way, which I've been using, which is asking ChatGPT to do most of the work for me. And showcase how much easier and faster it is. To prove this point, I will be adding a timer at the bottom of the screen. I won't be making an hour-long video just showing you how I'm coding, because that's boring. But based on the timer, you'll be able to see how long each takes and what the difference is. Without further ado, so let me show you the code. I already implemented this button once. I'm just going to comment out all that code and we're going to do it again twice. So this is the window that you see on the left here. Pretty straightforward. And on the side, you can see all the buttons that I've been talking about. And the one we care about is the add to Windows Startup button / remove from Windows Startup button. And this thing, when you click it, it goes to a remove add startup method, which is in this file, which is this guy. And right now it executes the code that I already have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to comment out this code. Right, and now in here, I'm going to do the two implementations. So first, I'm going to start with the classical way of doing it. I'm going to speed this up. So once I'm done, we will get back to implementing it using ChatGPT. Oh, I should probably mention, in order to make a Windows application start up with Windows, you need to add a shortcut to that application in the Windows Startup folder. And to do that through code, basically we need C# to generate a shortcut to itself inside of the Startup folder in Windows. Right, let's get started with implementing the code. So if I start it up again, and the file is there, now it says remove from Windows. So I click again, add to Windows, remove from Windows, wait, get the folder up, add, remove, add, remove. So the button obviously works. Oh, and to doubly, triply check that it works and it creates the thing successfully, we stop the app, and now if we double click the shortcut, it launches. So all is good, all is good. It took me roughly 20 minutes by the looks of it. Now, how do we do it? The new way, using ChatGPT. I'll go comment out all the code that I've written, the classic way. Actually, I'm not even gonna comment it. I'm just gonna remove it from here. They're all called classic, so it's not like I'm gonna mistakenly add them in. I'm just gonna copy this bit and comment it out like that. Classical code, so I can do the new code. Right, let's get started. And there we are. Now that is how to create it using the OpenAI chat. So if I run it, I have the button here, add to Windows, folder is here, it's empty, I click it, it added it, I click it again, it removes it. Oops. And if I click add and stop it, and if I go and hit the shortcut, it starts. So fully functional. In minutes? Less than half the time? Yeah, it's scary. It's really powerful. It saves a lot of time. Yes, it still needs a driver. It won't just go and replace all developers everywhere instantly, but it just made life so much easier. And this is considering it's using a dataset from up to 2021. So it's missing modern things, it's missing newer technologies and so on. But once they, update the model to contain newer information, it's gonna be even more powerful. I hope that one day they just, let it loose on the internet and be like, yeah, go and, gather everything. Hopefully they can remove all the, racism and sexism and so on and so forth, so it doesn't become like the Microsoft one before it in 2016. But yeah, scary stuff. So, go and enjoy it. Oh, if you want this app, I'm gonna add the link in the description to a GitHub repository where it's gonna be there compiled, so you can just download it and use it. And just look at the code yourself so you make sure that I didn't steal your information or whatever. And yeah, otherwise, peace!